Here's a quick video to help you get started with your Batch 4 exam, and more specifically to get the order sheet up correctly with the right keywords. So you should have by now received an email that details the website that you will be working on for your Batch 4. So what I will do right now is just run you through the order sheet, how to find the keywords and how to get the content up in the app. There is a second video on our YouTube channel where you can see how I set up a site. So let's dig in. First thing first, your website URL is in the email. In this case it is whitehouse.ie. The important thing here is to check if the domain gives you any information about which English you're actually writing in this case, of course, it's Irish English. I do apologize for the noise. They're doing some construction in the neighbor's house, so there's some background noise here. You have a link to the order sheet, which is empty, and a link to the project that we will need to upload the tasks. So when I open the order sheet, here I can see the domain I'm writing for. And what we're going to do, we're going to create one homepage of 500 words, two subpages of 400 words each, and we're doing a blog post that is 275 words. All those three, what we call templates, have an order sheet here in the bottom, different tabs. And for the home page, we're going to start with the columns that are marked here in color. Those are the ones that we need to fill out. So before we get to that, I'll just open the website details in the website manager, so that we can fill out the information that we need about this website. So all these websites, when we get them, they are completely empty. There is no information there. That is because we're restoring them from an old setup. So to figure out what this website used to be about, we go to Web Archive and we stick the URL in there to see previously snapped shots of the website. Anything in green is a redirect. We don't want that, so we want to make sure we're actually on the site. So let's see if I have something here. And this is a process. This sometimes takes quite a while to actually go through. Maybe we're lucky today. So here it already says the White House Hotel. Takes a while to load. So this seems to be the White House, some kind of pub accommodation where there's a lot of information about the food they have, the entertainment, the accommodation. Now, some websites that you will get, it's actually fairly easy to figure out what the site should be about. The site is always, the focus keyword for the homepage will always be the site URL. So in this case, White House, or as part of the name of the website. The White House Hotel though, or White House Pub, whatever this is not really something that we can build an entire website around. It's a very specific establishment, and it's not something where for the years to come we can continue writing about. So we need to find a bit of a twist here, something that will work. So what I'm thinking instead is that we make this website about white houses, a bit of a fan website about different white houses around the world. And one of those can be the White House Pub, if it has searches, that keyword, so that we still keep that going. So in the website description, I will write that this is a fan website with information about white houses around the world. Topics, this one is of course about interests. Let's see. No, maybe houses. House painting and finishing, yeah, definitely. Maybe some kind of lifestyle. We don't have that. Okay, I'll leave this at the topic. The persona, so this is people interested in redecorating their house, or a general interest in architecture and history. We set the age group. For this, of course, it is basically adults, both male and female. The language, so since this is an Irish English site, always select that. Let's see where we have it. Ireland. and it's google.ie, of course, that we're focusing on. If you have a specific location from your website, do that as well. So for example, if you have White House London, then it could be that your location is actually focused 100% on London. For us, it's not the case right now. Negative terminology, if we have any words that we don't want to use. I cannot come up with any right now, but we can add those later on as well. And some do's and don'ts. So we want people to write informative texts and nothing personal like blog style. So we want it to be a very informative website. I'll save this. So now that we have figured out what this website is going to be about, we need to find keywords. The tool I always use is onekeywordtool.io. If you don't have a login for this, please let me know and I can share it with you. Most probably I will share it right away when you get your site assigned. And in the order sheet, I will start with the home page. The focus keyword here is the keyword from the URL of the website. Our website is whitehouse.ie. So if I just search for White House, and make sure you have it set to Ireland English, or if it's UK English or Canada English or whatever it is, that you have the correct searches there. Make sure that in the left side here as well that the location is set up correctly. Right now it says Sweden. I'll just take that away. It can just be empty. If you get kicked out of the tool, it is because multiple people are using it at once. Just wait a couple minutes and come back, and then you can probably do it. There's not too many people in there. Here we can see White House, lots and lots of searches, of course, but because it is an exact match with our domain, we will actually be kind of competitive here. So this is going to be the focus keyword of my text for the homepage. Make sure you do capitalization, of course, if needed. So here, not really. I'll do it White House because it's the website name also. Keyword 1 for the homepage will be an internal link to one of our subpages. We haven't done the subpages yet, so I will do that later. We need a long tail keyword. A long tail keyword is basically the focus keyword with something extra before or after it. That is not so many searches, low competition, where we can actually work with. So let's see if we have any type of long keyword here. I use very often as well the searches related to White House. In this case, not super helpful, of course, since there's a lot of things related to the White House in Washington. So let's see if we can find anything else. White House interior, yeah, that could maybe work. Do we have anything else? White House garden, no. Have anything here? And this searching can take a very, very long time, so you need to actually take out some time for this and do something correct there. White House Ireland might be actually a good sub keyword for us because it's very, very relevant. It both contains the focus keyword that we have on our homepage, and since our site is, of course, an Irish website, having the country there might actually work. So I will use that as a sub keyword in my text. Oops. Then there is 3 questions here. So the homepage structure, at the bottom of the homepage, we will have 3 FAQ, frequently asked questions, that we will prepare here already. The easiest thing to use for that is use your focus keyword and go to the tab questions. In our case, since it is the White House, I don't expect there to be very many good questions, since our website is of course not about the White House in Washington, it's about White Houses in general. So in this case it is extremely difficult to actually find keywords, some searches here for specific questions. But for most other sites you will actually be able to find something good here. So in this case this is kind of complicated. So I will, since I cannot really find any things here, I will come up with my own questions that I will use. So this might actually work. Which house is which? No, that's not gonna work. Now, I will have to come up with my own questions here. So the keywords that you do here, find them in keywordtool.io and just put them in as the actual questions, including the punctuation. For example, are white houses why paint your house white? Try to find something that actually has searches, so search for it and see if you can find actually something relevant there. Normally, what I've said already, you will find things. So here, for example, I have should you paint your house white? Good question, only has 10 searches, that's fine, but we actually want a keyword there that has searches. So this is going to be my keyword for this one. Do the other two as well. Then the domain URL you need to fill out. That is of course the website URL that I already have. So I'm taking this one. And that is it for now. I need to do my sub pages. So we need two sub pages. First thing is focus keyword, of course. So since this used to be a hotel pub kind of thing, let's see if we can find a keyword there that actually makes sense. Let's search for White House pub. Again, make sure you're on Ireland English if your site is Ireland or UK or whatever. White House pub has searches, excellent. 1000 searches, pretty good. So I will use that as my focus keyword here. Again, capitalization if needed. And this will also be, so since this is one of my sub keywords, I can also use this on my home page for the internal link. So the anchor text is the focus keyword of the sub page, in this case White House pub. You put it also between here as the anchor text, and the link should be the link to that actual page. So the page link will be the actual word. So in this case it is White House pub. White House pub. So instead of spaces we will use hyphens. Slash. This will be the link there. So this one is good to go. Of course it needs 2 more questions, but you guys know how to do that. We also have here keyword 1, which is a link to the home page. So the focus keyword of my whole page was White House. So I will put this one in as well. Link, White House. And I need 2 long tail keywords here. Domain URL I can put in already. So White House pub, let's see if we can find any long tail keywords here. Pub. White House pub menu could be good. Let's see if we have any other keywords here that make sense. Where did this guy used to be? Do I have any location on these people? Dublin, good. So then we take White House Dublin. Those are my 2 sub keywords. So when I'm doing the keyword research, I'm of course trying to, in my head, already write this website. So my homepage here is the White House. It's a text about white houses that I like. So I mean that the whole website is about white houses, different white houses around the world that we have an interest in and give information about. It all started with the White House pub, which is something that I used to go to quite often and that I really enjoyed. So had very good times there, good food, things like that. So this is my sub page, and we will do a second page there as well. So I can just copy this all over, and then the link is going to be the same, of course. It's again going to be the anchor text. Domain URL is also the same. So we need a second page. What can I write about? Let's see. have anything here. Architecture. So the history of the White House. I actually happen to know that, I mean, one of the people working on that used to be Irish, or was Irish. So this will be a text about the White House that everybody knows, with interesting facts around that, including, I mean, the Irish heritage of the website of the White House. So let's see if we can find something about that. So we have the mini White House, which is actually in Ireland. Let's see if we have searches for that. There must be. No. Just mini White House. Mini White House is 210 searches. Good. That we can use as well as a sub keyword. We need another long tail keyword. So let's take White House historical ornaments. That'd be interesting. So we make it a bit more about the actual keyword there. So I have a home page now, I have two sub pages, and I need a blog post as well. In the blog post we need a couple more things that we fill out here. So I'm thinking for the blog post we do something that is relevant to a specific, like, White House. So let's check if we have a White House in Ireland. That's the mini White House that we already have, of course. So here we see James Holborn, who designed the White House in Washington, DC. That's good for our other text. So we can make this text about the mini White House. Might actually be good. So my focus keyword is mini White House. Internal link to the home page again, so we can copy that just over. Domain URL we can copy over. We need some kind of source URL here. So about the mini White House, I actually have a text here so that we can use as a reference when we're writing this blog post. You remember, of course, the source URL shows up in the app to help the writer. In this case, you're going to be the writer, but it's just good to practice how to put it in. Then we need a category name. So since this is a blog posts always are organized in categories. So this one, I think we will talk about White Houses in Ireland. That's my category. So I can write multiple text about this later on that I put in this category, because this is one of the White Houses in Ireland. And I need to write a blog post title. Write a title for the blog post using the exact keyword as the first words. So mini White House. What do they have here for the title? Let's see if we can steal something. Mini White House, is it real? That's the title of my blog post. So now that I have all my 4 texts done, I can download the order sheets one by one. Just going to download this one right now. I already have my project open here. I don't, right? I have it in my email. I head over to the content tab, click import. I take this TSV file, and I do that for the other ones as well. So always download as TSV and then upload it into the project. Once you have all of the 4 texts there, just click start. Once you start them, they will show up in your task feed and you can start the writing on them. So just a very quick summary, what's important: check the history of the website in archive, do your keyword research, and while you're doing your keyword research, figure out what it is that you actually want to write about on this website. It's very, very important that we rank these websites to find keywords that have low competition and that are actually relevant to the domain. So the homepage will always be the focus keyword, is in the URL, or it is the actual URL. And if you're doubting here, before you start writing, just double check your order sheet with your coach to make sure that they can check if you've done actually everything correct before you start writing there. So just send them an email with a quick introduction of the order sheet and what it is that you want to write about. Once you're done with the writing, the coach will edit and publish your text, and then you can move on to setting up the website. There's a separate video for that, so check that out too. If you have any questions, as I said, please do reach out to your coach or join my weekly webinar, which is every Wednesday, so that I can help you there as well. And otherwise, this should be enough for you to get started. Good luck!